A good and blessed morning to you, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ. Looking at the Gospel of today, which is popularly known as the Beatitudes, this Gospel opens the long discourse of Jesus, which is known as the Sermon on the Mount. There are basically 2 points that I would like to focus on in this reflection. The first one is the opening of this gospel before the Beatitudes. It is said that at that time when Jesus saw the crowds, he went on the mountain, and when he sat down, his disciples came to him, and he opened his mouth and taught them. In the Jewish tradition, during the days of Jesus, a rabbi or a teacher, a scribe, will normally pass on his message either walking or strolling around. But when he sits down, it meant that the message which he was supposed to give was an official message, a message which is very important, a message which they should really pay full attention to. No wonder even today we will talk of the chair of the professor. So in this case, Jesus sat down and opened his mouth and taught them, which points to the fact that this is a very, very important message, the whole discourse of the Sermon on the Mount. So that is the first point that I would like us to keep at the back of our minds. It is very, very important what is about to happen. Then he begins with the Beatitudes. This is the second point now. And the Beatitudes have something which is similar. There is a blessedness which is either promised or assured for a certain people. When you go through all of them, blessed are the poor, blessed are those who are mourning, blessed are those who are hungry, and it continues in that form. What does it mean to be blessed? I remember one or a couple of our parishioners, when you greet them, how are you? They say, I am blessed. And what does it mean? What do they mean? You realize that this message which Jesus is giving is a very revolutionary message, especially at his time, and I strongly believe even in our time. Because those who were suffering were seen to be people who are cursed, people who have done something wrong, as you will clearly hear in the book of Job, when the friends say, it has never been heard that someone who is innocent suffers. And Jesus comes, he says, the poor, the mourners, and the hungry, and he says they are blessed. And this blessedness is not something which is promised in some future when things change. No, but he says they are blessed right now. Which points to the fact that, because in our day, you hear a lot of people when they talk about being blessed, they mean that they have a good job. They mean that they have a beautiful house. They mean that they are driving big cars. They mean that they are having the comforts which this world can offer. Then someone say, oh, I am blessed. Oh, how blessed is so and so. I don't deny that this may be a part of the blessings which God gives, but it's not central to the fact of being blessed. One may have a beautiful car, a big house, a nice job, and yet not blessed. When Jesus is saying these people are blessed, He says, or he means that they have put their trust in God. They seek God. They long for God. They walk with God. They live their lives in God. That's the central or the centrality of being blessed. So no wonder this blessedness does not depend on good weather. No. Even when they are poor, even when they are mourning, even when they are hungry, even when they are persecuted, they are blessed because they are in God. All blessings come from God. God is the source of all blessings. And so, no wonder I'm saying, even in our day, this message is revolutionary because we have kind of drifted away from actually focusing and remaining on the source of blessings. Then everything else is secondary. A couple of years ago, I was with the students of DUT as I am their chaplain. And with the discussions we were having, pointing to the challenges that they are facing, someone mentioned the challenge of blessers. And then I didn't know what was that. Or in my mind, having the meaning of the word to bless, a blesser. I thought probably I'll be the blesser because I bless them. And they laughed at me because I didn't know what a blesser is. Then someone explained to me to say, no, these are elderly men who have a lot of money, who prey on students, who buy students for sex and a whole lot of things and destroy the lives of students. Then I said, but why do you call them blessers? How are they blessers? But because we live in a world which believes that the comforts that the world give are a blessing, then these people are called blessers. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us never forget that when we are in God, when we are with God, when we put our trust and hope in God, when we seek God, we are blessed. And that blessedness is a blessedness which it can never be taken away from us by anyone. It is the joy which is deep-seated, a joy that shines through the tears, a joy that endures the changes which we go through in life, that endures the hard times we face. May we always realize that we are blessed. Because the God we believe in is a God who is always with us. In Jesus, God is Emmanuel, God with us, a God who will never leave us alone. So, blessed are you who seek Him. Blessed are you who believe in Him. Blessed are you who understand and acknowledge the fact that God is with you. Stay blessed and be a blessing to others. Amen.